Hello, Jonathan Bear here, acting as Mercury's messenger, and this is the show Random Stuff. How's everyone doing today? April 17th, 2018. Chiron has now changed signs, and within a few hours of me doing this video, Saturn will turn retrograde. Anyhow, this is not what the purpose of today's video. Today I actually wanted to talk more about Uranus changing into Taurus on May 15th. So, the last time Uranus changed signs was March 11th, 2011. 311. The 369, very occult numbers, and 11 as well. I just felt like mentioning that. I'll get back to this when later on in this video. What I did want to mention, however, is when he changed signs, within the hour of him changing signs is when the tsunami hit the Fukushima power plant, causing a nuclear meltdown. During that time, Uranus changed signs, and later on he goes retrograde, but he never crosses back into Pisces. He stays in Aries. This time around is going to be different. So first I'm going to talk about May 15th. About a little over 24 hours after Uranus switches here on May 15th, Mars switches signs as well, going from Capricorn to Aquarius. So during the time, and we'll be in square to the Uranus changing signs. So at the time Uranus changes signs, Mars is still in Capricorn, which Mars is action and Capricorn is government. And then Mars will be moving into Aquarius, which is groups of people, which could be just, local cities, communities. It could be entire countries. It could even represent the entire human race. So, just over 24 hours after the shift, it looks like though there will be some kind of government action taking place. What I also want to mention here is with this time Uranus switching signs, it's going to be broken up into three points, because he will retrograde this time back into Aries and then back into Taurus once again. And it's these other two dates that I kind of want to talk about. I feel like I missed mentioning something. The last time Uranus was in Taurus was 1934. I think in a previous video I said 33. I looked it back up, it's 34. And it's the time of the Great Depression anyhow. So let's move back to now. Excuse me, I'm drinking coffee and kind of... Anyways, the 6th of November is when Uranus will actually move back in a retrograde motion back into Aries, where he currently is. Now, look at that number, November the 6th. You put that in the mirror, okay? Is 9/11 basically. Very occult number. 9 in Roman numerology is line X, and 11 is X line. So we have the two pillars and the doorway, basically, to the unknown, the X's. Now this number, we could look at this all the way through history. So many events happened with this number in play, like the day after Trump got elected was, I believe, the 9th of November. And the day before his inauguration was January the 1st. No, January the 19th. So you could see the 9/11 there again, right? Then we have that disaster. But with the line X aspect, we could look all the way back to Moses and the pyramids when they marked the doors in sheep's blood, right? They marked both posts and put an X on the door. So it's the portal to fear, hope or fear, basically, is how I look at this. So let's go back to this November 6th date. Okay, Uranus moves back into Aries just before a new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is about death and rebirth. And Jupiter is at that very last degree of Scorpio. So there's some kind of big transformation happening in November. Now the following date will be March the 6th, 2019, when he finally moves into Taurus for good. The numerology of this date, I basically, what caught my eye was March 3, 6, and then 19, 9, 3, 6, 9. There's a powerful video on those numbers, 3, 6, 9, and Tesla, and how these numbers somehow tie into basically everything. I'm not gonna go too much into that. I would need to refresh my mind on those numbers again. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there, that this on May the 15th, it's probably not going to be anywhere near as shocking as the Fukushima disaster, as Uranus is crossing this point 3 times. But you could see with the numerology numbers on the second time especially. The first one here, 515, I don't know. I did a search, and the only thing I got was I did 515 occult, and there was something about Santa and Satan that came up. I didn't see any relevance. So, I'm not really too sure what's to happen on May the 15th, but I'm confident it's not going to be anything devastating. This shift is going to be drawn out through a longer period of time in 3 intervals. So it's going to be powerful, but it's not going to. You never know. Uranus is known about shock. Yeah, there is going to be something to this. So I don't know what else to say. Just keep this video in mind that if nothing really big happens around May 15th, don't just discredit this shift altogether, as there's a retrograde period happening as well. But nonetheless, with that Mars changing signs the day after, and then in November, the Scorpio new moon and the Jupiter at the last degree. Jupiter is about expanding, and at the last degree, expanding that death, rebirth, transformation. So I would expect there's to be something bigger in November. Yet it's kind of strange because he is in retrograde. So it's not like we haven't crossed that point already. And then we'll cross that point again. So there's something in the works, and it's not just going to happen overnight. It's going to play out throughout the year. So thanks very much for watching. Have a good day, and see you next time. Bye now.